I lost $8,000 on futures, and I lost $6,000 on options for a grand total of $14,000 in one day fighting the market.
How did you get up after that?
Because to be honest, like I've totally separated my emotion from the money side of it. Like the money, I've separated my emotion from the money. I don't get happy when I win. I don't get upset about the money when I lose. What I get upset about is if I didn't stick to my plan. If I didn't stick to my plan, then I get upset. I start yelling. I yell at myself. My wife be like, you might want to think something else if you're going to be doing all that yelling. Like I yell at myself if I don't stick to my plan. I don't yell at myself for losing the money. Like if I don't stick to my plan, it's like I'm mad because I didn't follow my plan. I got my plan written out and I didn't follow it. But the money, and don't nobody like losing money, but it's like I've disconnected myself emotionally from the money, because if you get happy when you win because of the money, it's like you're going to be sad because of the money when you lose. You know what I'm saying? Like what I get happy about is, did I stick to my plan, whether it went right or wrong? That's what's, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about to me. Like if I stick to my plan and I win $5, I'm just as happy for them $5 if I stick to my plan and I win $50,000. You see what I'm saying? Because it's all about, did I stick to my plan? And I've gotten myself, it took a long time for me to get to that point of like discipline.
Disconnecting,
I still work on that every day. And I listen to like different books about the mentality of a trader. I don't think I've ever bought an Audible book on like how to trade. Every book I listen to is about the mentality of trading.
What are your top 3 books?
My top 3 book is like the trade. What is it called? The Life of a Trader. I gotta look at it. Life of a Trader, Trading in the Zone, and What Would the Rockefellers Do?
Yeah, Trading in the Zone is definitely a gem right there. Everyone should read that.
Those are my top 3. I can't remember the name of it. It's something Trader. What's my Audible? Let me look at it real quick, because I listen to it all the time, but I just don't know the title of it, and I keep them on repeat.
So at what point did you feel like it really
the mental game of trading? That's what
the mental game of trading. Okay, I'm gonna try to download that one as well. But when did it click for you? Like when were you, how far into it did you have to get before it clicked and you were able to separate that emotion? Because I think that's probably the biggest issue with most people who want to be traders, right? Who want to do this full time. It really is emotion, especially in futures. Like I had to step away from futures for 2 months. I'm going to pick it back up next month. But I realized it got to the point where I would have a bunch of good winning days, but I had one bad day. And when I have a bad day, I don't technically revenge trade, but I revenge trade. I'm not gonna lie. I probably revenge trade. I get angry and I end up actually losing a lot of money, and then I get mad and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this and stuff because obviously I'm not built for it. But I completely ignore the 15 days of good trading, and I had one bad day. But it's like you said, I think it's because I have a plan, and when I get off of that plan, I get upset, and then you kind of go down this crackhead road where you just start doing ridiculous stuff, get more contracts, try to jump in when you shouldn't jump in, stuff like that. But I realized with the options, when I switched over to doing weekly options, which by the way, shout out to Kiki, that's when I really started taking it serious, was when I was reviewing S2F, where you and I got cool. But that's where I would say, I was like, maybe I could try this option way. And then I ended up going to OTB Clubhouse and it really clicked for me there. And I don't have that same emotion. So if I lose on trade, it's whatever. If I win, it's whatever. So it's kind of like one of those, but it took for me to transition over to options and being able to disconnect myself. What about you? What point was it where you were like,
what helped it click for me was listening to I keep forgetting the name, the mental game of trading. That like the mental game of trading is like they have you like map out like your triggers, like knowing, like you go through like finding the triggers and working on the triggers. Like how did you feel when you won? How did you feel when you lose? did your pulse start elevating when you got into the trade? It's like it helped you like map out like your triggers, and once you figure out what's causing you to react that way, then you focus on eliminating the trigger, and you know what I'm saying, that way you won't react this way if you get tricked. Like the mental game of trading really helped me look at myself, and like Jay the Trader always say, it helped me gain self-mastery. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Jay the Trader, he always say that, he's like, master yourself, learn self-mastery before you start trying to trade. And that be like my advice to people, because it never really clicked with me when he used to say that until I started listening to the book, The Mental Game of Trading. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, once I started figuring out what was causing me to revenge trade and what was causing me to feel a certain way, that's when I was able to start disconnecting myself from, like, you know what I'm saying, being emotional about the money, from being happy when I gain, upset when I lose. And it was more so about like, did I stick to my plan? If I stuck to my plan and I lost, I didn't lose big. But if I got emotional and lost, I lost huge. You see what I'm saying? Like I go into it, like everybody, you go into it thinking, okay, I'm gonna keep a 15% mental stop. No, you're not. Set your stop. You're not gonna keep it, because when you start losing, don't nobody want to just let themselves lose money. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, I can come back. You're gonna say you can come back. Set your loss, set your stop loss, let the computer take you out. The computer don't care. And then if your thesis is right, just get back in. If not, just go with the other team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, but when you take yourself out, you can look at the market with a clear mind. You know what I'm saying? But while you're in that losing trade, you can't see anything but that losing trade. So it's like, stick to your plan. You know what I'm saying? Take the small loss. Just keep, because losing is a part of trading. Take the small loss and keep your winners bigger than your losers. That's all you got to do to be profitable.